Hello, Hyattsville, and welcome back to another Hyattsville Spotlight. We're talking today with Chloe Kauffman, our city planner. Hello, Chloe. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Chloe, can you start us off and just tell us a little bit about being a city planner, what that job is here at the city?
Yeah, the City of Hyattsville being a planner really means two things. So you're working more on the planning side, so that's any zoning requests, reviewing any development projects or other variances that residents may have. But then we're also working on placemaking projects, so working with public art, working with businesses to ensure that they have murals that they want and planters. So those are the two major things that we're working on.
Great, and all of that ties into what we're here to talk about today, which is the strategic plan. Hyattsville has a new strategic plan adopted in March by City Council. It's from the period of 2026 through 2031 called Stepping Forward, and it lays out a path for a vision for the city's future. It was developed in partnership with council and staff and community members. So can you tell us a little bit about that process and how this plan got built?
Exactly, yeah. So exactly as you said, the plan was created over several years, and we utilized community outreach, survey analysis, discussions with staff and council in order to get the themes that we wanted to utilize in the creation of the plan and how we're going to move the city forward. Those themes were then utilized to create pathways, is what we call them in the plan, and there's 7 of them. There's safe and inviting city, growing and thriving economy, housing and livable neighborhoods, excellence in municipal services, dependable infrastructure, community character, and sustainable natural environment. And there's several goals and objectives that are associated with each of those pathways, and they're organized not departmentally, but rather through the pathways to show that the work being done takes more of a collaborative nature than other plans have previously taken.
Sure. Kudos to getting all those 7 pathways out. Can you tell us why? Why would we do this work? Why does the city need a strategic plan?
Yeah, so for several reasons. I think first and foremost, a strategic plan can be utilized as a guiding financial document every fiscal year that council can use to sort of set priorities for where funding is going to go. But also, as city staff, it's really easy to get stuck in cycles of being more reactionary and meeting the direct needs of residents, which is obviously important, but we want to take more of a proactive approach in ensuring that residents that are currently living in Hyattsville are satisfied and safe and feel welcome, but also the future ones as well. So the plan really is trying to take more of a resiliency and future-oriented approach to create a better Hyattsville for all.
Yeah, that's so important for us as staff to be able to keep our eyes on the future even as we're working in the now. And the timing of this plan meant that it was well aligned with our fiscal 2027 budget rollout. So residents will be able to see some of this plan getting started in action starting in fiscal year 2027. What excites you? What are you excited to see start to happen?
Yeah, I think generally this plan is, as it says in the name, is one step forward towards this journey of creating a more resilient Hyattsville. And I think just generally it's exciting to just commence this phase in the city of Hyattsville generally, but I think personally, some of the goals that are listed in housing and livable neighborhoods is really exciting. Establishing more partnerships with the county and doing advocacy work for increasing affordable housing is something that's really interesting for me.
That's great, and very important things to start seeing happen. So what's next? How can we stay informed? What are the next steps for the plan?
Yeah, I think after the adoption of the plan, it was really important for us to ensure that this plan just doesn't remain sitting on a shelf, and we want to ensure that city staff and council continuously interacts with this document, and it sits as a living and breathing one as well. And we also wanted to take that and as well as look into ways that we can be more transparent as a city in achieving the goals and strategies that are listed in the plan. So in order to capture all of those things that we wanted to see moving forward, we decided to create a public-facing dashboard for the community members to interact with the plan online. Not everyone will have a booklet, but they'll be able to interact it in a more digital sense and see progress updates and what projects are ongoing and how they align with sort of this timeline that we set out in the city. So that will hopefully be put out either late summer or early fall and align with sort of our quarterly reporting system internally.
Terrific. Well, for anyone who's looking to find the plan, please head to hyattsville.org/strategic plan. You can read the plan in full and then look there in the future for this dashboard and continue to follow along throughout 2031. Thanks again for joining us today, Chloe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.